Hi, everyone, and welcome to this 2023 summer semester for MACA 1200. I have the Macomb Community College webpage here because that's what you guys get when you want to go into My Macomb. I'm Brian Sorial, and I'm going to be your instructor this semester. And to that end, I'm going to put this away for a second, or actually, I'm going to go to the inbox that I already sent you some stuff on. And I wanted you to earlier in the week, last week, I wanted you to read and to get to know me. And even before you go through this class, this movie here, and this is going to be a little bit informal. So if I make any mistakes or if I just feel like starting over, I'm just going to continue. I'm not the formal traditional teacher that you may have gotten in the past or that you might have expected for this class, but in the Brian Sorial portfolio movie, which was in the links that I sent you earlier in the week, I wanted you to know me before you get to know, or before we find out all the information from this class. And I also wanted you to know that I'm not focused on grades or simply deadlines. That's not important. Yes, in the long run, of course, grades are important for your GPA, and of course, getting stuff done on time is super important to clients, or else you wouldn't keep your job, right? So my introduction movie here is just an introduction movie to show you what is possible in MACA with other students as well. And my motivation and methods just talks about getting through stuff. Okay, so I just wanted you to watch, as it says here, watch all three movies, and then let me know your thoughts about this class in the first week. If you just want to send me an email, okay, through Canvas right now, and I'll come back to stuff like this in a few minutes, but this, and I'm not going to play it all, of course, I wouldn't do that, but this is the Brian Sorial portfolio movie that I just want you to, just for a second, let's just listen to it. I created this in Maya and After Effects.
I am creating this movie so that you can see my graphic portfolio, my love of teaching, and my love of writing. I have been a professional for over 40 years in
Google that Mendola Limited right there, and once you Google it, put in Mendola Artists Rep, and you will see the artist rep, or representative, my agent, if you will, in New York that I had for many, 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 many years. I don't have them anymore because I don't want to be that busy. I'm semi-retired and I love what I do, and I'll show you guys lots of stuff about me. I'm going to try to make this movie less than a half an hour, but let's just go for it, okay? So just keep on listening just for a second.
Art field, and I love what I do. I absolutely adore it. I love getting up on a Monday morning and going to work.
That's super important. Now, watch the rest of this and just get to know me as the artist and what is important to me. I was you. I was growing up wanting to know if I could have a life in this industry, and it's been incredible. It really has been incredible, and it still continues to be incredible. So I want you to watch all three of those movies. I'm going to minimize this right now and bring back or bring over the what I had here. So let's just start, okay? The very first thing that, as an attachment to this, that I gave you, and this is in the Canvas class too, is your course syllabus. Would you please go through this and read it, okay? Now, I'm just going to start, and if I rehash stuff, don't get upset with me, okay? Just continue to watch. Just to let you know, I work with students now long after the class is over, building portfolios and introducing students to career professionals, and I want to do that with you as well. So let's just get the stuff out of the way. How do you get into the class? What happens if you have a problem trying to get into the Canvas class? Right on your very first page of this syllabus that I attached to this email, is a telephone number that you're going to call on Monday morning if you have problems, if you don't see your class in the class list. These are the important days of the semester right here. Okay, so first day of class, last day for refund, Memorial Day, no school, Independence Day, last day to withdraw, and so on and so on. Now, here are the dates of the class. It's only 8 weeks long. Now, we have to have a good discussion on 8 weeks versus 16 weeks. Okay, so I am going to advance right now and pass all this stuff, which I want you to read. Okay, please read this carefully. All right, because there is going to be a quiz on it too. But I want to go forward here, even past where you get on to the Adobe Creative Cloud website. I want you to see that what I've had to do via the administration is I could not condense any of the assignments from the 16-week semester into an 8-week semester. So what I've done is, you see how this says week 1 and 2 right here? Well, now it's the end of week 1 that all this is due. Week 3 and 4, I combined into the end of week 2. Don't panic, please, because you're going to know me at the end of this movie that I am, again, not totally focused on everything here, okay? I'm focused on your effort. I'm focused on your skill. I'm focused on building your skill. I'm focused on you gaining portfolio content. End of story. So this was an important thing right here, to have you understand how we have to get through an 8-week semester. It's going to require work on your part. And I can work with you after the semester is over. There will be more emails on that to come. So if I go down to where I've repeated that, to where the courses are, right here, I repeated the same thing right here above the weekly schedule. So all of this stuff that's in here that you have to complete in week 1 and week 2 and week 3, these exercises here, the activities right here, I have created this for you. This list of assignments is everything in order. So what I would like to do is just to quickly go through it. And when I mean quickly, okay? So I'm not going to go pick on anything, but this is exercise 1. It's just a simple Adobe Illustrator vector. Vector means geometry. Vector means coordinate points. That's different than Photoshop, which is raster, which is based on pixels or pixel resolution. So I'm going to back out of this, and I'm going to show you that what you should do once you get everything done for exercise 1 is check this off, okay? The next thing is to complete the student introduction to online learning right there. The next thing is exercise 2. And in exercise 2, you build kind of like a Star Wars scene. Okay, and it gets more complex and more complex. As you can see here, let me zoom in. It starts out like this, and then it gets more complex, okay, in a fun way. And then it gets even more complex where you can actually, and these are 2 different ones. A different student did this one, and then this student made it more complex in her or his color pattern. Okay, whatever they wanted to do. And it's really fun to do this stuff. To learn Adobe Illustrator is as important as anything is in this business. Whether you're going into animation, photography, art direction, motion graphics, motion design, collaborative media, video, you need to know Adobe Illustrator. So this is the finish one. Then we get into understanding how to make paths curve and make them into objects. Then we get into text here. Then you're going to actually use simple shapes to build a fancy owl, which this is a student's owl. That is a wonderful way that student did it. It's not what my owl was, but I didn't want that student to match mine exactly. Okay, I want you to go through all of these in order just to see the complexity and the flow of this semester. Okay, it's real important that you sit back and relax and realize that your instructor is not totally focused on you getting everything possible out of this semester in 8 weeks. It may take a little longer, and I'll explain to you again how we can do that and how you can get through a lot of these assignments if you can't get through them in the semester, because I know you have real lives. I know you work. I know some of you can put in the time that it will take to get through 16 weeks of assignments in 8 weeks, okay? Hopefully you don't have anything else going on this summer, like another class. But if you do, just work with me. Don't drop this class. It's too much fun, okay? And one thing is very important in an online class that I want to explain to you. So just pay attention to this for a second. Actually, what I'm going to do is put a portfolio on the screen that is a portfolio of what students did in the final 2 projects. And I may just scroll through it like this, okay? But just listen to my words. Why does an online class work, even if we don't Zoom together every single day, all right? Here's why. On an on-ground class, let's say it's Monday, Wednesday, and on Wednesday night at home, you have a question. Well, if it's on ground, you have to wait until Monday morning to come and talk to your instructor. Not in this class. You send me an email with your file attached, and you explain to me your problem. I create a help movie for you. I create a help movie and I send it to the student to quickly get through that. So at Thursday morning, not Monday morning, Thursday morning, one day after you had that question, you're back to work working on other stuff because I answered your question. That's why an online class like this works so well, because when you have a problem, I get right on it and I try to solve your problem. Okay, I'm going to include this portfolio here just so you can look at everything. I don't know if I'll attach it to this email, but I probably will. These are what's called Zentangle. It's putting cool designs and patterns into a letter shape. And now in the final project of the class, you do character assignments. Each student does their own thing, and each student builds it up from the ground up. Okay, and each student has their own idea, their own imagination, their own skill level, and their own desire for their own portfolio content. So I'm just showing you all of this, and I will put this on my other screen now and go back to the class, because what I want to do, and again, if I'm jumping around, it's okay, all right? I'm going to go now show you how to get into the class, and I'm going to remind you before I do, let me put this back on the screen here, that right at the start of this was that number to call. So if you have a problem in Canvas, call this number, 877-362-2662. They will answer and get you back on track. So what do I mean by that? Well, when you go to your Macomb Community College like this and you click My Macomb, it's going to come up. You're going to log in as normal, right? You're going to log in as normal. Wait till this actually does its thing. And then Canvas is over here on the right. All you have to do is click Canvas. So once you click Canvas over there, on the left is your dashboard and all of the courses that you have. Now, I don't have to do anything to this except remind you in the syllabus. It says if you haven't gone through the Student Introduction to Online Learning, you're going to click that and get to work. But I also have a link right here in the syllabus, okay, to that online learning, which is right close to here. I'm not sure exactly where that was, but I don't want to waste time trying to find it. Okay, I'll come across it dozens of times. Okay, so, I know where it was. It wasn't there. It was right in the Canvas class. So when we log in, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so now that you're onto this page, once you have clicked My Macomb and you see over to the left, this blue menu, click Courses. Now in Courses, I have a lot of courses. Now, at one point, it may ask you to go find something from a different class that you had or that online learning class. Scroll down and click this thing right here that I'm kind of clicking nearby. See how I'm clicking that? It says All Courses. Your courses should show up. I have 10,000 million courses inside of here. But your class should show up as the very top one. So I'm going to click it. If it's not there, remember, call that number right here and they'll get you back on track. And if you have an issue, you're going to let me know that issue. Now let me click your class and then let's get right into this. So when you come into your class, the very first thing that you see are modules. It comes right up to week 0. What I need you to do is to go through the week 0 information stuff. like about your instructor. You can actually click it, and then you can meet your instructor and see his webpage and see all the things that he loves to do now, as well as what he did in his past. Okay, so I want you to go through this very first page and this very first weekly module. Okay, now remember that I gave you that sheet. Okay, so this sheet right here, start with activity 1. Well, let's find out where activity 1 is and then where exercise 1 is. Okay, so if you go down here, you're going to see activity 1 is right there. Introduce yourself to your peers, and and you're going to let me know if I've made any mistakes in the dates or in the due dates of things. There was so much to change over from a 16-week to an 8-week. I make mistakes. Okay, so I may be really good at Photoshop and Illustrator and After Effects, but boy, I can make mistakes when it comes to organization in a class. But I've done this so many times that I think everything will be fine. But here is activity 1, and then right down here is exercise 1 in the week 1 module. Now, don't skip around. Normally, what teachers do is they make you do one thing, which gives you the permission to do the next thing, which gives you permission to do the next thing, which gives you permission to do the next thing. I don't do that. So I'm even opening up this class 2 days early. It'll be open this Saturday on the 20th, not the 22nd. So hopefully I did that right, and everything is going to start out perfectly on the 20th, okay, for you. If not, you're going to send me an email and say, Brian, I can't get into the class or whatever, okay? So please go through this, and here's your syllabus quiz. You have to take it. It's mandatory. And when you see a due date, if you communicate with me, I'll show you where I've written this. Hopefully I can find it in the syllabus. If you have to miss a due date, don't panic, please. Just email me and say, hey, Brian, I'm working 2 jobs, I'm going to have to miss the deadline by a day or 2 or 3. I'll say, fine, I'm not going to take any points off, okay? I don't care about points. I don't care about your grade. Yes, I do. But it's not my focus. My focus is getting you to do work like this, to do work that excites you, that builds your creative flow, that gives you and opens up the interview process so you get a great job. That's my focus. So please go through every single one of these in order, okay? Now, each one of them has a submission. So if I were to go to exercise 1 like you, and if I put it on student view, you can see that exercise 1 here has a bunch of movies in it. Please don't complain if the movie is too long. The one beautiful part about online teaching, in my opinion, rather than on ground teaching, is if you don't catch something in the demo on ground, sometimes and it's not recorded. I'm sorry, I have a cold, so if my voice sounds funny, it's because I have a cold and I'm trying to get over it. So hopefully I don't hack too much through this. But you can rewind this movie all the time, many times. So there really is, and you'll get used to it, okay? You'll get used to it. And while I'm doing this, watch when I play this. You can actually click, just a minute, let it start.
Well, hello again,
you can
and
actually
we are
click
going to get right into exercise 1, the sheet
where you can go to
of
full
this.
screen,
You've already
and then
watched
down
the
here
illustrated
you can
tools,
actually
workspaces
click
tools, shortcuts and definitions, and
the speed of it, and I thought you could change the resolution of it. I don't know if you can do that. You can even download the thing to your desktop if it plays better. But I'm going to hit the escape button, and I'm going to go back to this, and you can see here that I have movies, and then down here, and I should go to student view for a second because I'll go to student view. So you see in student view, when you're done exercise 1, you're going to actually submit it. Okay? So exercise 1, it says it's locked until May 20th, which is fine. But let me go to a different one so that I can at least, you're supposed to, okay, right here it says exercise instructions. Download the file, download the handout, and then all the way down here it says turn in your completed file. File name must be, please pay attention to that. The file names are at the bottom of your list, and the reason I didn't see it is because it's not open yet, and I tried to do it as a student view. So of course it's not going to let me see as a student, because it's not May 20th, the submission button. But there is going to be, right down here where I'm circling, right there, a submission button for you to download your file. And every single one is like that. Okay, all the assignments are like that. So when I go back to here and it's time for exercise 2 or 3 or 4, every one is going to be the same. I'll just click on exercise 4. And in this file here, you can see exercise 4 is right here. So there is the finished one that you're going to submit and then check off this list. Okay? And believe me, sometimes in the movies you're going to get slightly frustrated and I try to get to the point every single time. And I want you to sit back for a second, take a breath. Sit back, please, take a breath. This isn't about finishing projects. This is about learning. This is about really understanding Adobe Illustrator, which is why in a movie you have to use all your senses to listen, to watch, and to feel the creative flow of the movie. So what I'm trying to tell you is that's why I'm not focused on 7 million projects. Okay? Projects don't build a career. Great content in a portfolio does. A project in a class is not sometimes perfect content for a portfolio. You know that, I know that. So can we use our creative flow and make most of the projects into portfolio pieces? Answer, yes. Just stick with me and I'll show you how. Okay, so this is exercise 4. I'm going to go back to this right here and I'm going to go down and I'm going to just show you that every single week is here. Okay, it goes from week 1 to week 2. There's 2 things for week 2. Okay, I've tried, because that used to be week 3 and 4. So don't panic with me, please. Do not panic. If, let's say, I'm just going to go ahead and say something. Let's say on week 4, which is the midterm, right? It's halfway of the semester, week 4. You've only gotten through week 2 stuff. Just continue. Just don't panic. Okay, I will work with you. I will work with you to get you through this class with a good grade. Did you hear that? Okay? I'm not focused on grades. I'm not. I'm focused on you learning and liking what you're doing. Remember that movie that I played that had that guy who said, I love to get up on a Monday morning and go to work? That's because I always enjoyed the process. I always enjoyed the creative flow. So, let's go to over here on the left. Let's say you have a problem in assignment 2 and you can't get something to work. You're going to click the inbox. And in the inbox, you're going to click this icon right up here and you're going to compose and you're going to choose your class. So here's your class right there. So that's my summer class. Let me make sure, yes. So you're going to go to, and you're going to choose the instructor. So here's your teacher, Mr. Sorial. Call me Professor B, please. Type in assignment to issue or something like that, and say from whatever, from Belinda or Mark or anybody. And then type what you want to tell me is your issue, and then click the attachment button and attach your file. I will send you back a movie to get you through that assignment. Now, just for the heck of it, I'm going to pause this, and I want to show you a help movie that I've done. Probably I have one from assignment 2. So I'm going to show you the kind of movie that I send back to you, but I'm canceling that right now. So you would send that to me. All right? Don't forget to attach your Illustrator file, but let me pause this for a second and I'll be right back. Okay, so remember I said that on assignment 2, I forget where I was actually. That you sent me an email. Okay, so I went in and let's pretend your name is Erica, and you gave me your file, and this is the kind of movie that I'll send back to you within minutes, hours of the same day, most likely. Okay, so let's just listen to this for a second, because I want you to hear how I communicate with the students.
Hi, Erica. This was your footprint the way that you had it. So I'm going to come up like this first. This is what I want to say. Your artwork is professional and outstanding, and I love your creativity and your sense of contemporary design and style. You have all of the visual tools that you need to...
Okay, I'm going to get you and show you that I showed her how to actually do it in a monochromatic way. She had a question on how to change this footprint and do some stuff to it. So what did I do? I showed her. So then
And if this were
I'm going to hit the space bar. So then she made those changes and sent the file back to me. Okay, this is another one that I did for Jessica.
Jessica, I have your icons here. Outstanding work. Just incredibly outstanding.
And you may think, okay, well, Brian, you chose 2 outstanding students. I go through, and I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm not doing any of that. I'm saying that I go through a lot so that you guys understand all the techniques, and I try to make them as reasonable and exciting as I can on screen, okay, so that you can pick up these skills and get on to the next thing so you can build content and get a great job. I don't care if you want to be a photographer, an animator, an illustrator, whatever. It really doesn't matter. Okay, so you can see here how I went through and I did a help movie for her. Now, what I did here, because she was having an issue with this, I showed her how to fix it and do a gradation on an angle. It was real simple, but she was having an issue with it. So she got back to work that very night, hopefully. Or she didn't have to wait 4 or 5 days to do it. So that's really important to me. Okay, I'm clicking around because I want to get back to your class. But so please, the syllabus is right here somewhere. Okay, so your syllabus right here, welcome to, where did I put? Right there. Start here before the course begins, and it's the course syllabus. So please go through all of these week 0 items. Hopefully on the very first day or 2 days, you should get all of this done. Okay, and again, please don't panic. All right. What I want to do is to just remind you that I am here for you. I've shown you how to use in your course here. I've shown you how to use the inbox to send me email. Okay, I've shown you that the course automatically comes up to the modules, and in the modules, they go and they flow every single week. I would like to, I'm going to pause it for a second and then come right back because I want to think if I've missed anything. And I shall return. Just a minute. Answer, yes, I did forget something very important. You're going to need Adobe Illustrator and hopefully a decent computer to work in. Not an iPad and not a phone. All right? So, right here, it says, let me find it, that you're going to need Adobe Illustrator and hopefully it's on the Creative Cloud. All right. Right here, this says this class meets online and you will need a laptop or similar computer with access to the internet. The college does not normally provide students with computers or software. So keep on reading. If you need to find out if you can get some funding from school, there's telephone numbers and everything here. All right. There's no textbooks for this class, none. So the money that you're going to spend with the Creative Cloud right here is important. The link to Adobe's website will take you to their software sign-in page. It's approximately $20 a month. All right. And it has every single Adobe application. So let me click it and show you that it goes right to student and teacher page to actually get the Creative Cloud, the Adobe Creative Cloud, which has all the apps in it. So please don't do a free trial. Go through this process, claim your discount, and get the Creative Cloud as soon as possible for your computer. And if you have issues, not sure I can help fix all of them, but if you have issues, please email me via the inbox right over here. Okay, so email me, Brian, I'm not going to have Illustrator for a couple days. Brian, I'm getting a new computer. What kind of computer? Mac or PC? I'm fine with. I give PC, most every single tutorial has Mac and PC quick keys. Okay, so I give you all the keystrokes for PC and Mac most of the time, 99% of the time or whatever. Don't hold me to that. And I try the best I can. But you're going to need the Adobe Creative Cloud, and you're going to need Illustrator from the very first day of this class. Okay, so as an attachment to this, I am going to put the syllabus in here. I'll put the portfolios that I've shown you in here. And if you have any questions, please, I look forward to working with all of you this semester. It's going to be a fun experience, but don't panic. Just go through. Let me go back to the class. Just go through and start with the first thing. Don't look at all of the things, and don't worry if you can't get to all of the things every single time. Just communicate with me, okay? That's all I ask for, all right? I work with students all the time after the semester is over. Let me show you one kind of quick thing here. So I'm going to just click this and click this, which is my email, but the reason I'm going there is because I want to go to here, and I want you to see that in my Google Drive right here, I have Sorial Classes asset files. So in Google Drive, I'm going to double click that. And inside here, I have new video tutorials that I have posted for this class and Google Drive. Now, why did I do that? Because after the semester, some students couldn't get to week 7, 8, or 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, or 15. Guess what? Everything that is needed, because after the last day of class, you won't get back into this Canvas class. It will be closed to you, right? So how do you get to, and here is the final modules in the class, how do you get to this stuff? How do you get to the gradient mesh? How do you get to the neon clock? Well, you go to my Google Drive, and there it is. There's neon clock. So I will send you these links out later. That's how we can work together to get you the content you need. Please notice I did not say finish your grade or finish the projects. Did not say that. I said Zentangle, Neon Clock, Gradient Mesh, and Character Illustration are fabulous content for your portfolio. And can you imagine, let me just put this on the other screen. Can you imagine actually finishing stuff like this in your first semester of Adobe Illustrator? Yes, these are what other students have done. They have loved the class. Some of them got very frustrated, and guess what? I walked them through that, and they just got on to the next thing. The creative talent that you guys bring to this class is unbelievable. I can't wait to work with you. Look at how fun this stuff is. I mean, okay, I'm weird. I really like being creative. I like my life as an artist. I think you do too. As a designer, artist, animator, photographer, whatever you want to be, this is a great, I don't know what I was going to say, creative world to be a part of. It's also very hard, very frustrating, and building confidence is what my job is all about. Did you see how I built up the confidence of those two students in those movies that I showed you earlier? Well, I wasn't building them up. I was showing them what they already had inside of them, but really didn't know yet, fully. So I am going to enjoy the semester with you. If I forgot anything, guess what? You'll get another movie, but welcome to this class. And if you have any issue on Saturday morning or Monday morning, Saturday the 20th or Monday, May 22nd, just let me know. I'll be monitoring it all day Monday, okay, and all day Saturday. Thank you so much.